We're live. And we're live. Nice. Happy Cinco De Mayo. How you doing, Rusty?
All right, sir. Good morning.
We've got the studio audience in.
Yeah.
Howdy, howdy. Mama.
Hi.
Get a little louder.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey.
So last week, our guest host did a wonderful job. We about ended up without a job. Fortunately, Cubs out of town this weekend, so that's why we're back. Yeah, we might be replaced.
It's possible.
It's possible. They did a pretty good job. So, but we were out of town at the National Cornbread Festival, and Mom and I had a great time. And what's up, Terry? And Charlie, what's going on, buddy? And so in that, I got a couple new pieces that I wanna show off. The Bucky skillet. We picked that up at Seaverville.
Yes.
Seaverville, yeah.
Yes.
And then when we stopped at another Bucky's on the way home. This was on the way there. Yeah, you've seen that.
Yeah.
So we stopped another one on the way home, and they had it, but that was in Calhoun, Georgia.
Yes.
Yeah, but I already had one, and she wouldn't let me get another one, which is okay because I got one. Was
it different?
No.
Okay.
No, it was the same, but it was not part of the initial talked about plan of what I was going to buy while we were on a trip.
The initial plan fell by the wayside.
The initial
Really
plan
fast.
happened and then some. So with that, I will show you all in just a sec what the initial plan was.
Let's just say it was the weekend of week.
So the initial plan was we were going to the festival, and I was going to get 2 pans. The National Cornbread Festival one, because it says 2024. National Cornbread Festival. Pretty sweet. Did you see that one?
Okay.
So it's got the marquee of the movie theater in town and all that. So that was the initial plan 1. Initial plan 2 was the cast iron music.
I
And-
like that one because it has the texture on the outside.
Yes. So this is really cool because I hadn't really dug into it yet, but it is a number 6, which is a rare skillet that Lodge made. It also has the 3-notch in the heat ring, paying homage. What's up, Cub? Paying homage to the old Lodge. And then it has the hammer finish all the way around. So this being a number 6, it's an odd size. You see it fits perfectly inside of a number 10 or inside of a number 8, which is a 10-inch skillet. So that makes this like a 8, like a 7, 6, 7 inch. Let me measure. Making it right at 9 inches. So yeah, pretty cool. So those were the 2 I was planning on getting. Then we got there, Bucky's. Sorry, it's Bucky's. I succumbed to temptation.
Oh, Pop, that's Courtney.
Oh, hey, Courtney. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
happy birthday, Courtney.
So I succumbed to temptation and got the Bucky's on the way there. Got my 2 skillets, and then I found this one. And this one was almost a must when I walked in the door and I saw it. It says South Pittsburgh, Tennessee. Just a little number 5. Nice. So anyway, we're gonna break in a couple. We're gonna break in the Bucky's and the cornbread one. So it's Cinco de Mayo. We're about 5 minutes in, and I haven't talked about anything else other than cast iron, which is all right. I like that.
Scotty's here.
What's up, Scotty?
Hey, Scotty.
So The idea, so let me go ahead and get this going. Just some ground beef. So the idea is Cinco de Mayo, we're going to do breakfast, kind of like a taco breakfast, taco meat and an omelet, cheese and salsa, mama's guac, and stuff like that. And some hot water cornbread. Because I feel like hot water cornbread, one, it's easy to make, and it was probably pretty popular back in the old wagon trail days. So it would have probably been popular in the Native Americans going into, that they would have got from the Spanish, I assume. I don't know. I didn't really look it up. I'm almost going to look it up.
But you were making great assumptions.
So anyway, that's kind of where we're going. So it's a reason to make hot water cornbread. So how's y'all's doing? Everybody's in? Sweet? Cool? And it's Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Fifth Day. So Star Wars. I know. Don't ask. Yeah.
I've heard of the May the Fourth be with you for years and years and years, but I never heard of the Sith reference.
Well, it's Revenge of the Fifth, to be like Revenge of the Sith. And then there's the Sixth, which is also Revenge of the Sixth. So
Lee just makes stuff up.
it's a Star Wars thing. You wouldn't understand.
I understand it on the sixth, because sixth and Sith sound similar.
Yeah.
But that same name 2 days in a row, that doesn't make sense.
It's Star Wars. It doesn't have to make sense. So anyway,
I watched a special yesterday on YouTube. Was flipping through and it was about Spaceballs, and I saw some stuff that I did not realize. Do you know who the two original actors for the the guy who was the main character? I can't even think of his name now in Spaceballs, and he had Barf as his sidekick.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the two original, huh?
John Candy.
No,
No,
John
back-
Candy was Barf. This was the
Yeah.
other guy. I forgot his name already.
Lone Star.
I can't remember the actor's real name. But anyway,
I don't know.
he was a new and upcoming actor, and this was going to be his first so-called big role. But the only reason he got it is because Tom Hanks and Tom Cruise turned it down. Those were the two original actors that they wanted for that part.
And I could be mistaken. But I think they were looking at those for Han Solo's part.
Chef Johnny has joined.
Holy
No,
cow, Chef Johnny, what's going on,
They
buddy?
were looking at them for Lone Star's part.
And Han Solo's part for the original.
Oh,
Yep.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah.
But I thought, man, that would have been a totally different movie if those
It would
two
have been.
guys. That would not have been the same.
Chef Johnny, since you're here and you're a school teacher, maybe you can help me out. So I want to do hot water cornbread, and I was trying to think what, to me, that would have been very popular on the wagon trails and Native Americans probably across the West, and I'm sure it had some ties to Mexico and the Spanish. Am I correct in that assumption, or am I completely off my rocker?
Well, those are two very different questions.
He says, just finished editing a video and saw y'all were live.
Well, cool, buddy, cool. Man, been a while.
And Scotty did ask if you got the serving plate.
The serving plate.
From Cast Iron.
Oh, no. I did not get a new serving plate. I looked at one, and I looked and looked and looked, but instead, I got the South Pittsburgh, Tennessee little skillet.
Oh, so you
That's
didn't get the serving plate because you couldn't find the serving plate?
No, I didn't get it because I got this one instead.
Because he thought he pushed his luck enough already.
Yes.
Right?
So, but what I did do,
Tanya let you blow your budget. She would have let you continue
Yeah.
blowing.
it was so just, it takes me about 3 to 4 months to make $100 on YouTube. So I probably spent 6 to 8, 9 months worth of YouTube income.
When the checks come in, you just hand them over to Tom.
So fortunately, I've been putting them off to the side, and that helped out a little bit. Mama still wasn't happy, but anyway, that's all right. Well, Scotty, I did get a little silicone brush that the handle looks like the Lodge handle. I thought it was cool. Not much anybody else, but that's all right. Oh, yeah, you were stirring this. So anyway,
Chef Johnny replied to your question. He said, I would have to research some on that. I think that was a southern dish, so maybe do not move west that fast.
okay. So it could have been from the Spaniards coming over and landing in Charleston.
Did the Spaniards land in Charleston?
Yeah.
Oh, I never heard
Well,
that.
They're the ones that brought
to come in through Florida.
They're the ones that brought the pigs.
Okay.
Christopher Columbus brought pigs over on his boat. I'm not saying Spaniards didn't, but I'm saying Christopher Columbus had pigs.
I'm learning all sorts of history.
Well, and I did have it all sounds good.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So what I'm going to try to do. Oh, I need to get this heated up. So I'm going to try to make. I've never made hot water cornbread, so we're going to try. I watched Mr. Phil Robertson do it, and I was like, well, that's pretty easy. But here's I'm going to break in the National Cornbread Festival with some cornbread. Get the slide behind you here.
Yes, sir.
Sauce be good. Y'all remember my frozen bacon grease cubes? That's what we're going to fry our bread in. What was it? Somebody was asking on the Lodge side if you could cook frozen things in your cast iron, or whether it would be too much thermal shock. Yeah. Look at it go. All right. So what I'm going to have.
So what was the answer to the can you put frozen stuff in your cast iron?
Yes.
Okay. Like anything frozen?
Yeah, you just throw them in there. This thermal shock's not going to make it bust.
And they won't stay frozen for long.
Yeah.
I actually had that question for you because apparently when you're making sourdough bread, like in a Dutch oven, it's good to throw some ice cubes in to like create the steam. And so I was going to ask you that question anyways.
Now, Chef Johnny is a good one to ask about
Ah.
sourdough bread.
Chef Johnny says he got a new grill and the grill sergeant helped me pick a new camera. So he filled for me and made a cameo appearance.
Oh, nice. Nice. I saw Grill Sergeant won the state cook-off. So Mr. Phil Robertson said, you add water and mix, and then you add more water than you mix. You don't add the full 2 cups because you may not need it. And it may take more than 2 cups. So what have you all been up to this week?
I walked a 5K yesterday.
Yes. So we've been on this mission this year, kind of like the Blues Brothers, but we are doing.
Is it a mission from God?
Yes,
Awesome.
it is a mission from God, and what we're doing is we're trying to walk a 5K a month. So we're getting there. So we have done what, 5 in a row, 5 months in a row?
And you guys got a little
six,
bonus.
we had done 6 months of it.
6 months in a row. Because we started in December.
Yeah. But you guys got a little bonus thrown in there
Yep.
in April.
Yep, we did. Mom and I and a friend that went with us did one and at the Cornbread Festival. So that was really cool. If anybody hasn't been to that, it's fun. It's enjoyable. If you like cast iron, it's enjoyable.
Chef Johnny, thank you for the information. He says steam does help with the crust on artisan breads, but he has never used steam when cooking in his Dutch ovens.
Is that outdoors or indoors? Because currently she just got a Dutch oven, and she has one for indoors.
Yes.
Yep. So my baked grease is starting to melt down pretty good. I forgot what I was going to say now. Imagine that. So how was your 5K? How was your 5K experience?
It was pretty good. The first mile was like that. I was like, we're already at the first mile? Wow. Second mile, first half was okay. Second half was a little rough for me. Third mile was rough, but I finished. Didn't have my best time, but I felt good afterwards. So.
Yep. Mama, how was yours?
It was good. It's good. I liked it compared to last week's. This one was a whole lot more flat.
Yep. I did have, so I started out with not wanting to really push myself. And then once we got into it, I was like, yep, I'm gone. Then it was for the Girls on the Run program. A lot of schools have that. And so there was a lot of kids. And the moms are with the kids, and their dads are with the kids. And
I used to do it with Tamara whenever she was in school.
And some of the kids were like, oh, I'm dragging. Oh, I'm going to die. Like the one girl was like, I want to die. So I jogged up to her. You're it. And then I'd take off jogging. And then they would chase me. And then like one kid was jogging and he was getting ready to stop. And I walked and I caught up to him, tapped the kid at breakfast. And I tapped him and said, you're it. And then he started running. One little girl, she was probably about 4 or 5. Her mom was trying to get her to run and she wouldn't run. And so I tagged, you're it. And we started running. And she caught up with me and passed me. And I said, man, you're fast. And then she kicked it down another gear. And I was like, hey. I said, wow, you're like super fast. And then she take off. Like she hit turbo. And I was like, whoa. It was a lot of fun. But I did end up recording my personal best. I blew my personal best out by 3 seconds. Because I actually jogged. So.
And to answer your earlier question, Chef Johnny says his is outdoors.
Okay.
He has cooked bread in his Dutch oven inside, but since it is unclosed, he does not use steam with the Dutch oven.
Okay.
So.
Gotcha. Well, I don't know if that's too wet. I mean, it's kind of like.
It's sticking together.
Yep.
So I don't think it's thicker than pancake mix.
I'll have to try that. How thick's it supposed to be? Anybody know? I know. I watched Bill Robertson once.
And we don't eat cornbread at my house, so we don't ever make it. But I can't say ever. We probably make cornbread twice a year. And we just use the Jiffy Box cornbread mix.
That's good.
Yeah. I've got the new Lodge ones. So I've got 3 of the 4. They were selling them at the factory store, but Walmart also sells them. So I had one that my cousin gave me. I did a video on, and of course it fell apart because I'm assuming because I used heavy whipping cream instead of buttermilk, but I don't know. So I bought the other 3 to see if they can do different. I just haven't used them yet. So, how's that coming?
Oh, this is done.
All right.
We need now some taco shells.
No shells. You don't know what we're doing yet, do you?
Omelette.
We're probably gonna throw it inside some eggs.
Yeah. All right, we're at about a 140 right there. Yep, that's what we're going to do.
Scotty's got country ribs on today.
Country style ribs. You know, I got some beef country style ribs, and I was like, and all it is chuck roast cut. Like they took a roast steak and cut it.
Just like cutting a button to strips and calling it country style ribs.
All right, Mama, how do we do your walk?
So you gotta cut, dice half an onion.
All right, so you got the chopper.
Okay, we got 2 onions here, red one and a white one.
Use the red one.
Red one.
And you're gonna dice
Drop
up.
the lemon there.
Lime.
You're gonna dice up those tomatoes. And then you're gonna de-shell and put the avocados.
Okay.
And I put the avocado knife up there.
I see it. You want to cut wood?
You had it decorated so pretty, I didn't want to mess it up.
I'm just running out of space. Country style ribs. I just bought, I was at Sam's Club yesterday and I bought some ribs.
I remember the day you taught Teresa this recipe. She made guac for like 2 months straight.
Honey Badger, what's going on, buddy? He says, hey, Rusty.
Hey, buddy.
So, James, I'm using my new cast iron. Got the Buc-ee's, and then we're going to make hot water cornbread in my National Cornbread Festival one. The hammered skillet, this thing is just beautiful. I really like the museum one. See, it's got the nice hammered on it. Really like that one. South Pittsburgh, Tennessee one. Pretty cool. I like it.
You say only half the onion?
Just dice up half the
It's
onion.
shooting a burger video with Texas Beef Council, making some haystacks. Ooh,
Yum.
ooh, yum.
You had me at fried onions.
About a 150, 170.
Honey Badger said he did score a 3.
Ooh, nice.
I don't know what that means, but it obviously means something to you.
Little,
Oh, okay.
little number 3, like this one.
Ah.
Don't cut your thumb.
I'm watching it.
Ooh, that's the problem. That's why I said. That's why I laid out the thingy. Laid out the chopper.
So wait,
Yes.
you can take the avocados, the avocado knife,
Okay.
half the avocados.
So I gotta go.
Just cut them in half with the knife.
I don't think I've ever used this contraption.
Okay. And now you open it up.
Okay.
And now see the green part of the avocado knife?
Smack it with the knife.
You can take that out, but these are soft. You might be able just to pull it out.
Yep.
Put that in your bowl. That's going to keep your avocado from turning brown. And now use the scoopy part and just scoop it out and put it in your bowl.
Wow. I learned something.
Yeah.
Get out. Get out. Get out.
Just tap it in.
There you go.
Oh, Honey Badger says I did score a 2024 Cornbread Festival skillet. The 3 means I just woke up and can't type.
Oh.
So that's okay, Honey Badger, because you taught me something.
And you were right, Tanya. This onion definitely has a different flavor.
It's nutty.
And like, I would have. We tell it that's a different coffee. Because you always do it the same.
But now it's different because I don't have regular milk.
Yeah.
Or whipping cream. Or cream.
Well, maybe their coffee's different. Is why I'm getting the different flavor and not the oatmeal.
No, it's the oat milk.
I like oat milk.
I like oat milk.
So I've never had. This is my first experience with oatmeal.
You just have to get used to it a little bit. But I can't have regular milk right now. I can't have creamer, so.
Just like we went from cow's milk to like almond milk. There's a difference, but I don't even like regular milk anymore.
Yeah.
Or cow milk.
You don't like what regular milk does to you.
Yeah.
And I don't like what it does to you either.
The kids would rather have almond milk or oat milk. They don't. They're not huge cow milk sugars.
Yeah.
So this is pretty messy.
Beef milk. Artisan beef milk.
Oh, okay.
There's an episode
Yeah.
of Parks and Rec.
Okay, I didn't know. I knew that one was soft. That's all.
Picked up.
Hey, it was perfectly ripe when she brought it out here this morning.
Well, I tell you what, we were at the grocery yesterday and we were looking at avocados.
Yeah.
And yes, they were from Mexico.
Okay, it's fine.
I was going to move the seed so that we could mix it all up, but then I remember you said to keep the seed in there. I'm
There's
like,
a seed in there. If you're
So
just gonna
Chef
blend
Johnny
it-
says you mean almond juice. Almonds have no breasts.
Yeah.
But it's so much fun to just say nut milk. That's such a fun phrase to say.
I don't know if I've ever said that.
Yeah,
I've never heard that phrase.
that takes me somewhere else.
And this is a family show, so
Yes.
stop it right there.
It is a family show.
I'm just saying it's a fun thing to say.
Maybe in your family.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna take. You might not be all the onion because we only have two.
It's all right.
Oh, well, we have all the onion.
That's fine.
At least we don't have cilantro. We
I
do.
have cilantro for mine, not for yours. So you're gonna dice up those tomatoes and you have to then mix it. You just use a fork and mush it together. So you're gonna-
All right. So let's try this hot water cornbread. It feels a bit too wet. I mean, it's frying. Okay,
We're making little cornbread pancakes.
so you remember the other day we were talking about hoe cakes and Johnny cakes and all that? That's basically what we're making.
I could have brought a toe over.
Okay, that's not kosher. We'll get back into that
I
conversation.
could put kosher salt on it.
We're not going to get into that conversation. It's just a little too dry, but I think it's fine. It's a bit drier.
Chef Johnny says, strange bit of trivia, cilantro is native to Vietnam, not Mexico. Cool.
It's native to Hades. Nasty.
Yeah, chef.
Only because you don't taste cilantro. So
You have the gene that makes it taste so.
Well, we were at one place. What place was that? El Sombrero or something like that?
no Manhattan.
No, the one Mexican spot when we first moved down here.
I don't remember, babe.
It was like a fast, kind of like a fast chain type deal. And
Fast chain.
but
around here, I know,
it was up in
is Taco
Concord.
Bell.
and they
On
would
the border.
on the border,
It was not fast food. It's a sit down restaurant.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
but
Like
they
Chili's.
would
Yeah.
come to your table and make guac, and that's where she learned how to make.
Oh. Tableside guac.
Whenever I worked for Spartan Computers, on the border was one of my customers. The
They're
one,
all business,
the one that the one in Concord Mills, that one was always breaking down.
Ah,
But no, they're not out of business. They're still open. I just ate at one not that long ago.
Madwood says time to go out
The one
in
on
the field
Providence Road
and
in
finally
Charlotte.
mow his yard because it looks like a jungle.
Brother, let me tell you what. I went out Monday. Y'all saw the video that I posted with what the yard looked like after that macro burst, whatever the hell that is. But I finally went out and got all that cleaned up. I got 3 big piles, one of lumber, one of stuff that needs delimbed, and then one of just brush. Then I'm waiting to dry out so I can burn. But I ended up waiting until yesterday to cut grass. And it was like 85 degrees by like noon. And I was like, oh, I'm not going out now. So I took my nap.
it was Friday.
And Friday. So I took my nap and I got up and I noticed it was cloudy. And I said, I'm going to get this in. So I mowed the front yard. I moved to the side here. I got into the backyard. I always cut the backyard in half. So I'm in the second half. And start seeing these drops. Big raindrops. And I was like, Lord, give me a few more minutes, man. Give me 10 more minutes. And as I'm walking, I get a couple more strips, and it starts coming down a little bit harder, a little more frequent. And I was like, Lord, come on, man. 5 more minutes. Just give me 5. A couple more. And I said, man, just give me 3. So I finished up, shut the mower off, and pulled it around. So I'm push mowing. Pulled it around. Just as I come around the corner of the front of the house, and I'm 12 feet from the garage door, it starts coming down a little bit more. As soon as I got in the garage, it just down, sheets come down. And I was like, all right. I said, I know you're up there laughing at me.
Chef Johnny said the On the Border executives spoke at the Latin Cuisine Summit here at the San Antonio CIA a few years ago.
Ooh. Yeah, I can't remember last time we went to On the Border because we started finding this nice spot here in town.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
They seem to be a little bit drier. I don't know. It's like I trying to get that right consistency. I'm having trouble with. It's like I was too wet and then I was too dry. So Rusty, it's been a couple weeks. What you been up to?
Well, pretty much just working. Getting a lot of yard work done, cleaning off my deck this weekend, getting rid of stuff that Teresa's been hollering at me about for a long time. A friend of mine, her father passed away, and they asked me to cook for them, for the family and stuff after the funeral yesterday. So I did 3 butts for them and some baked beans. All the family was chipping in and wanting to bring other sides and stuff, so they didn't want me to cook everything. So I did that. Just like you, spending time getting my yard work done. But I had so many hours in to work by Thursday, they made me take Friday off because I was already at 56 hours. And so I had a whole day off on Friday. I told Teresa, I said, I was going to give Lee a call and see if he wants to go fishing in the morning. And she said, well, before you do that, why don't you go ahead and do this, take off the trash, do this. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm not going fishing.
Yeah, yeah, it would have been a good day to go.
It would.
So
Chef Johnny says it should be a soft dough.
soft dough. I mean, this is kind of like fresh Play-Doh type soft. It doesn't look like Mr. Robertson's. I mean, there kind of looks good. It looks more like it.
Well, I bet if you made a duck call, it wouldn't like Mr. Robinson's either.
Well, that's true. And this is my first go at it, where Mr. Phil uses it quite often. Does it quite often. So where are we at? 34. All right. So we got these frying up pretty. They're frying up pretty decent. I didn't have my oil up to 300 something though. It just,
Oh yeah, you can tell.
yeah. So it's getting there. The first ones are always terrible, right?
Those are your practice ones. It's like
Yeah.
pancakes.
So if you have everything in the block, did you cut the lime into some lime juice a little bit?
No, I did not. That's right here.
Cut the lime, a little lime juice, and then you'll want to put a little bit of salt.
We have
So I'm just cutting this to squeeze it. I'm not putting pieces of lime in there.
No, you just
Okay.
cut it to squeeze it.
there's salt.
That's
I would have
right.
done that.
No, I'm helping. I'm helping.
I can't get rid of that smell.
What's no?
Lime.
You
When I-
don't
when I-
want it either.
Lime, because of my college days with tequila and getting so sick of the smell of lime, makes me, for some reason, I smell tequila.
I drank a great tequila yesterday. I had I like tequila, I've always liked tequila, but it was a coffee tequila. I went to the store to try to find my ljhollenbacher bourbon, and I couldn't find it, so
Yeah, because we watched the Kentucky
Kentucky
Derby.
Derby.
Whenever I used to own the bar at the Silver Dollar, Patron had a really popular coffee tequila, and that was almost more popular than regular Patron at my bar.
And that might be enough
Okay.
lime juice. I wasn't paying attention.
I wasn't either.
We'll just see if we can more.
Okay. Well, look at
Just
that.
like that, walk with salt.
All right.
Awesome salt.
Seeds.
A couple nuggets out.
If you need an official taste tester for the hoe cakes, by all means. Oh. in, a
Not
minute. In a minute.
Not yet. Ooh. Yeah, not yet. What we can do. So this was another thing that Mama got was a trivet at the Logs Festival. They had a big wheel, you spin it, and it had the prizes. Let's just cool down enough. You can whisk up some eggs.
Oh, Chef Jenny says Patron has done a few tequila tastings. I think it's been to SCIA.
Whisk up some eggs. You're not going to use this thing. Then
We went, and
oh,
I was looking for some, so I had a tequila tasting. So I was like, okay.
Where was this?
Darby's
Oh, okay.
by TSC.
you know what I did forget, Johnny? Salt.
2 egg or 3 egg omelets?
No, it's
Two.
the one by, Lowe's. And by the Boot Barn.
Oh, yeah.
It was this,
Go back around.
it was pasta. Oh, this one was better than their, all the other.
And then we're going to use my new favorite BSR Century Series brew.
So you leave the tequila tasting, come back, and you're like, "Hello, I would like to taste some tequila, please."
Well, that lady was pretty nice. She was like, "Here, you want some more?"
I take the whole bottle.
You know, I used to love it. Whenever I was in college, I mean, I'd pick up the bottle. I didn't set it down until the bottle was empty. I love to keep it, but now I can't. I got so sick of it now. The smell of it turns my stomach.
I'm not allowed to drink tequila straight. because it makes me cry. So the rule is, if you give me tequila, you have to hold me when I cry. And I'm not talking like, I'm talking like Nancy Kerrigan just got hit by the pipe, wailing, crying. So no, I don't do it. But if someone pressures me into doing it, that's the rule. You're gonna have to
Or
hold me.
you don't succumb to peer pressure.
Well, I don't.
Oh.
In most cases, not the night before my wedding, Tanya.
Yeah.
It wasn't tequila.
It wasn't tequila.
And did you sleep really well?
I slept. Chef Johnny says, I had a Grand Patron called Bordeaux. It is aged in old, I'm assuming that's Bordeaux cask, $450 bottle.
Well, I'm lower shelf than that, but higher shelf than what you used to be able to buy at the store.
Right. So I did sleep. I was just, I don't like Fireball. So
I love Fireball.
I don't like the fake
I
cinnamon.
think the older people call that cinnamon.
Right.
I make Fireball cupcakes and the Fireball icing.
No
Well, that
one's
doesn't
saying
mean
that.
it's drinking Fireball, though. That's what they're talking about.
This candle smells like Fireball. Or for the non-alcoholics, cinnamon.
That means we went around
I
Facebook
like
for a long time.
Firewire better than Fireball.
What was the one that we had in the before?
Volkswagen?
No,
Aftershock.
Aftershock. Kept that stuff in the freezer. Whenever we got done, stupid us would break the bottle and get the crystals that were making like stalactites and stalagmites inside the bottle. Of course, we get a piece of glass every now and then, but
It only hurt on the way out.
on college days. And I can eat that, but still can't touch the tequila.
You can't even do like shot or anything
Oh, no.
here and there.
No.
All right. Well,
How do they come with a?
they're coming. They're not great.
So you guys were real quiet up there today.
Well,
Yeah, Chef Johnny said the only
They look
time
fine.
he tasted that one was when it was free.
Yes.
The expensive.
Okay, I would taste the expensive stuff for free. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good plan.
And Madwood says, no mowing, too much dew on the ground. And Chef Johnny says, you don't want to mow anyway.
nope.
There's lots of rain on the ground here.
Yeah, it rained like crazy yesterday, and
We
then
have a couple in the backyard.
Yeah, that's how our front yard is, in our backyard.
Yeah.
then it's supposed to rain like all day today, like come in again this afternoon, rain all day, and then tomorrow. But hey, whatever. Better than being in the drought.
It's like they say, April showers bring May flowers, and May flowers bring pilgrims.
Mayflower.
May-
Ha, ha,
Yeah.
ha, ha, ha. I got it. See,
I remember that
no,
used
that's
to
kind of that's what kind of ball I'm getting. So it's just, I'm thinking wet enough,
Looks like it to me.
Yeah.
like a dough. I feel like the Jeremiah Johnson when he got when the lady made him these hoe cakes and he was like, oh yeah, and then he's like, oh no.
Who's Jeremiah Johnson?
It's a Western. It's a horrible movie.
It's not even a Western. He's a mountain man.
Country. thing.
Oh,
He came back from the Civil War and went off to be a mountain man, live off the land, fur trade and all that stuff.
I thought it was one of your YouTube buddies you
No.
watch.
Chef Johnny said he had an open house yesterday, so he had to mow and clean the house for that. It is a pain. It always has to be ready to show. Yep. My sister went through that last summer, I think. She said,
Just walk through the house with your camera, video it, stick it on a TV on the front porch. Say, here you go, people. We'll sit down and watch.
It's
Provide a
not
bowl of
the same.
popcorn and
Seeing a photo or a video of a place is not the same as being there. And when we were looking for our house, we went to a couple houses that I was like, I really like this one. I'm really excited to see this one. You open the door and I was like, nope, this is not the house.
We
Because
looked
it
at
looks
one,
completely different.
and probably people have horror stories about different houses, but we looked at one, and they had roofing shingles on the side of the house as siding. So
Chef Johnny says we went to his grave in Cody, Wyoming. I'm assuming he's talking about the
Jeremiah
mountain.
Johnson.
Yeah.
Nice. That's one of my favorite.
It is one of your favorite.
It's one of my favorite movies. Robert Redford did a wonderful job in that one. I'm trying to make some like little balls, little what do they call them? Ho balls.
No, I don't think
I
that's.
think they're hush puppies.
Right. I was going to say hush puppies. Ho balls.
Ho balls.
What do you have for dinner? We're having ho balls.
Sounds delightful.
That's as fun to say as nut milk.
You did it again.
Let's see what happens. All right. So while that's cooking, again, these needed a little salt because I forgot to add the salt.
Okay. Well, now they have salt.
You don't like cornbread.
You want me to dice this white onion thing for the tacos?
Half of it.
do you want to pepper?
Yeah. This chair is not easy to get out of.
Okay.
I'm missing something in the dough. I don't know if it's. I don't know.
It's real gritty.
Something's not quite right.
Well, the salt is on top instead of in it, but
I'm talking texture wise. There's something missing from the dough to like
Fluff it up.
bind it together or fluff it up. Yeah. Chef Johnny says in real life he was like 6'6", so a massive man for his time. There's a huge statue over his grave of him on a horse. And he also says his mom liked eating hot water cornbread. She grew up eating it in the Depression.
so am I close on my recipe? Or what am I missing? I mean, green chilies would be fantastic in it.
I'm not sure.
I did not.
It's gritty. I mean, I like it. Don't get me wrong.
Maybe that's what
You
it's
put any
supposed to
baking soda in it?
I did not.
I think if you had put the salt in and some baking soda, it might have made it less dense.
Baking soda, the leveling agent should be mixed in there with the mix up of thing.
With the cornmeal.
Yeah.
So I got some taco seasoned cheese.
Oh, Uncle Steve.
What's up, Uncle Steve? How
Hey,
you doing,
Uncle
buddy?
Steve.
Another one of my favorite fellas are in here. That's awesome.
That's what's missing. Uncle Steve Shake.
Well, I can do this again. Okay. We can mix it up again. Uncle Steve, I'm trying not to make a train wreck, but you know how that goes.
Chef Johnny says originally it did not have a leavening agent.
Okay.
So, Chef Johnny, what am I missing in my? Because it's gritty and
Very dense.
very dense. What am I missing? Look, Mr. Phil did not put in any anything else. We can try a little Uncle Steve's. Let's try let's do a little. Let's add a little Cajun. I have a little bit over here still. Okay. We'll mix that up. And I did use milk. It was just what? Right?
Chef Johnny says, Uncle Steve just finished editing a video with magic ribs on chicken. Cook them on the new Primo ceramic grill sergeant's help.
Yep, I got some magic rib. I'm going to use that this coming week on some ribs.
Uncle Steve said, any West Coast shake?
Ooh, oh, that would be good. I just put the Texas Cajun in it.
Chef Johnny said, I looked it up and they say cornmeal, fat, and salt.
Fat, though.
I'm assuming like butter, maybe.
Could be.
Chef Johnny's Texas style barbecue and cuisine can't wait.
The water must be boiling in order to soften cornmeal. After the boiling, add the boiling water a little at a time. You only need enough to have the dough keep it shaped and press into a patty. This is not the hot water cornbread that is poured into the hot oil. You don't need much oil to fry the hot water cornbread. Only about a 1/4 inch in the bottom.
It's about what I got. Give me a couple more eggs.
It sounds like you had hot water, but the water when you were putting it into the mix was not boiling.
Yeah.
And therefore it didn't soften the cornmeal, which is what's still gritty.
A bit gritty. And then I'm wondering if the pan wasn't hot enough to like sear up the outside and it got soaked into the.
Stir it in melted butter and let it rest for 5 to 10 minutes. And then
So y'all learned something.
We're learning.
All right.
It says, oh, okay. So Chef Johnny says originally no leavening agent, but it developed into hoe cakes, and the hoe cakes he has had did have baking powder. There you go. There's a little restaurant that we always stop at when we're driving up to Kentucky in Tennessee. It's like one exit away from Rocky Top. It's called the Golden Girls, and it's delicious home cooking. And they'll be, you know, if you're waiting for your food, they'll be like, oh, do you guys want any biscuits or cornbread? And I'm always like, cornbread, please, because they make the hoe cakes, and they're really, really good.
Put the cheese.
did you want your peppers?
I kind of forgot them, didn't I?
You did.
I'll put them on top. Ooh, cheese.
You might want them soft.
Yeah, put some onion in there.
Chef Johnny says, I ate mom's hot water cornbread, but I do not remember how she did it or the texture of it.
We didn't grow up with cornbread, and I mean, if we had cornbread, it was jiffy. It wasn't like hot water cornbread. It wasn't. Okay. About a couple more. And then salsa. Oh. I'm just gonna let them fry away for a little while. That could be part of it, is I didn't have the heat up high enough on them.
Yeah, and the bacon grease just kind of soaked into it.
Well, the texture is just, it's like something in it. It's just kind of gritty.
Yeah.
Not like bad gritty, but
You already sprayed it.
yeah, you're all right.
Chef Johnny says we had corn cones and plenty of cornbread.
Whoa. Just a second.
My phone's sitting here and he's like,
So what's up for this week, Lee? Because you're really quiet.
Sorry, I was concentrating.
It's fine.
So this week, what do we got going on? Yep. So we're gonna go get Tay. So she'll be home from college for a little while. Yay, her.
Chef Johnny says corn sticks also. Grandma made corn sticks. They were awesome with a nice crispy crust. Chef Johnny is like the Bubba Gump of corn.
Well, he's in like South Texas.
We get corn sticks, corn bread, corn cakes, corn this, corn crackles,
Corn pones,
Just kidding.
corn salad, cream corn.
There, now we're getting somewhere. Now we're cooking with peanut oil. Ooh, that's a good one.
Perfect flip.
Ooh.
Let's see how good it looks after you get it on the plate. No pressure. No pressure.
No pressure.
Lots of pressure.
You stick the plate on top of the pan.
Tom's Food Factory says, "We pie."
Way pie. All right. Who else wants an omelet? 3, 4. Pick up some more.
I just need a
Yeah, I'll split mine.
Well, she wants a whole one.
You want a whole one?
I want a whole one.
Oh, see?
Breakfast is my favorite.
Yeah, Jenny is my favorite.
And cooking with Stephen and Jacqueline.
What's up, brother?
Bear Clan, Rusty, and Peoples, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Just any of them.
I didn't forget it. That's on the side there.
Oh,
It's going to go on the side with the corn pone or the beef steaks.
Honey Badger says, doing a test run of making Trader Vic's rumaki, shark bites, in a large casserole pan.
shark bite.
Chef Johnny says, nice French fold on that omelet.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Holding together way better than my oatcakes. Okay, that one's starting to get golden brown. I'm learning, Chef Johnny. I'm learning, man. Ooh, that one needs. This one needs some attention. That's what this is all about. It's learning, man. Learning.
Yeah.
Because if I show you all how to do things the wrong way, you learn
Not to do this.
not to do it that way.
Chef Johnny says, did you use baking soda or powder in the cornbread? Neither, right?
Neither. It came in the prepackaged bag.
Straight up yellow cornmeal And oh, look at that. Straight up yellow cornmeal and water.
Right.
All right, all right. All right. Yeah, might as well whip up the next two. Put a little cheese and some salsa down on these bad boys. We're getting close to time, I know.
Maybe make one.
Well, I'm waiting on these to get done.
What do you do?
So,
What happened?
The bottom part of the eggshell stuck in the carton.
Oh,
So when I went to pick it up, the top half of the eggshell came off.
it is a bit warm in here, I'm not going to lie. All right. Now, I hope I'm not offending any Cinco de Mayo traditionalists around here. I'm really hoping not. Probably have. I love this little pan.
all right. Chef Johnny says, okay, so traditional. I thought I heard you say you would use something to make it rise. My mistake.
No, I didn't. It was just yellow cornmeal, which I had, and then hot water. I forgot the salt, so that could be part of it.
And Tom says he's going to be trying Malcolm Reed's birria ribs today.
Man, them look delicious. Did you see that?
No, I haven't.
So he took basically the consomme that you dip your birria
Birria tacos.
into, and he uses that on the ribs when he wraps them, and then saves that after he's done, and then uses it to dip the rib, like pour over top the ribs, and he made the ribs so they were not quite fall off the bone, but pretty close, so he could just pull the bone out, and then took that whole rib and stuck it in a taco shell.
Nice. Sounds delicious.
Yeah.
So Chef China says my Cinco de Mayo dish for the beef council was chuck roast tacos with a dried chili pepper sauce with purple cabbage slaw. Oh, that sounds amazing.
I tell you what, I used to never be able to fold omelets until I got one of these pans, and then I started doing them really good, and I was able to do them on the flat top. Look at that.
That's very pretty.
And this is the easiest way, I think.
I agree.
As long as there's no grease in the pan.
Right.
You don't want to flip that over an open flame. Like I've been seeing like in TikTok videos where they're like, here's how you flip a grilled cheese. And they've got like this pan full of butter and they flip it and it's like, no. That will start a grease fire.
So,
Very scary.
These are probably the same people who throw water on that.
Great.
great googly moogly. All right. So now we'll set this over here somewhere. Probably top it with a few more peppers, make it pretty. Let's check these dudes. We will revisit this cornbread.
8 in the chat and only 2 thumbs up.
Yeah.
Chef Johnny says to hit that thumbs up button.
So what I found, Chef Johnny, is when you look at my analytics, I'm that guy that you find in between your videos. The one that ends and then the one you're looking for. I'm that guy. Most of my videos are cut off at the 30-second mark. So it's okay. Okay. So let me get these other ones fried up. And then we'll finish plating.
Is that going to become your photo?
One of them will. So what do you two got going on?
Us?
Yeah.
What do we have going on this week? Not much.
Okay. Well,
I'm working.
You still work at the store here in Rock Hill? Oh, you don't?
He's looking for a new opportunity.
Okay.
You know one?
I know two of them in my field.
How much experience do you need, though?
Well, Rusty's field. You don't need much. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
If I can do it, I know he can.
Well, hey, hook him up with some information.
You have any type of Dell or Cisco certifications?
Tom, that is hot water cornbread.
It was trying to be.
It was an attempt at hot water cornbread.
Yep.
We're still going to eat it, though.
Drop a couple on there. Now is where we go with it.
Okay.
You know how they do the fancy stuff, right? That's kind of what that is. You should put a little more pepper.
Oh,
on it.
Madwood says they've got 31 orders for Mad Taters next weekend.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what Mad Taters are, but they sound delicious.
It is a loaded barbecue baked tater.
Absolutely.
So you take the baked tater, big one, you slit it open and everything, you get the inside all mushy, and then you stuff barbecue and all kinds of goodness in it.
And where is Madwood Barbecue located?
Not anywhere close.
Oh, I was going to say, if they're close, you might have 32 orders.
I thought that was a funny thing when I said that.
So here, how's that, guys?
That was
Yeah.
real good.
What do y'all think?
Good.
My mouth is watering.
Well, let me get a snappy snap. And
Tom says Mad Taters and hot water cornbread sounds like stuff my ex-wife would make. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I'm not sure either.
Yeah, good question, Tom. Does Madwood deliver with DoorDash? We would probably need Gold Belly to get the Mad Taters here.
What are we doing? All right. Well,
We just decorating now.
yep. So let me get a fork over here to Jen, co-host.
Oh, am I the official taste tester?
Yep.
All right.
They look like cookies.
They do
Honey,
look
do you want a hot
a bit
water
like
cornbread?
cookies.
No.
There's hot sauce everywhere. What kind of hot sauce?
This is that Cinco
Oh,
Sin,
the
Queso, sin,
the
queso.
queso sin. Oh, it looks good. I'll tell you that. I got one back
Queso,
here.
no queso.
Brian, you didn't get one.
Yeah.
I'm all out of forks. So you get a spoon.
Good.
Is it?
It's different, but it's good. Oh,
Yeah, I forgot the guac. the guac goes on top of the cornbread stuff.
Or on whatever you want it on.
Well, the idea was it would go on top of the cornbread.
You put some guac in.
Kind of like that.
Some on the omelet and some on
Mm. Yep,
Right.
omelet.
that's what I was hoping for.
On this.
No more.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The guac on there just money.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Is that batch of cornbread better?
I haven't tried it yet.
Nobody wants you to sit, listen to us.
Good better.
You?
It's pretty good.
All right. Well, we're going to let these last two fry up. I'm thinking one to some of the saltwater cornbread. That was trial number 1. We will do it again.
Good job, buddy.
Thank you. Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Ah.
And I don't know. I got a nice mess, but hey, it's all right.
We ain't made a mess in a long time.
Yeah.
Good.
So
Very simple cleanups.
anyway, that's all we got this week. Thank you all for stopping by. I truly appreciate it. And hey, we'll catch y'all on the next one. Remember, there's 2 rules in cooking. Did you have fun? Did it taste good? Rock on. Y'all are awesome. Have a great week,
Have a great
everybody.
week, guys.